Welcome everyone to a happy episode of Takeover United Pod. What a night in Europe last night. My goodness. We had a game of ups and downs and all kinds of emotions throughout the game. We played Leon in the second leg of the quarterfinal, and the game started off strong for United. We scored two goals in the first half, one of them with none other than Manuel Ugarte, whom we love to clown on. And then at the stroke of halftime, Diego Dallo scored the second goal. And we went in the break feeling reasonably confident, being 2 love up. But then we had 7 minutes of carnage in the second half where Leon scored, pulled one back, and then they equalized and made it 2-2. And then that was the score at full time. And we thought, man, this is going to be another nervy end. And boy, was it nervy. At the stroke of extra time halftime, Leon scored a goal, made it 3-2. And then right after halftime, they made it 4-2. And I'm pretty sure at that point in time, most United fans gave up hope. And then at the end, we had our own Fergie time. No, Amorim time. Where we scored three goals in quick succession, starting with a penalty from our captain, Bruno Fernandes. And then we had goals from Kobe Bainu and our latest striker, who goes by the name of Harry Maguire. And what a game it was. What do you guys think?
It's like it was such a good game, man. Such a good game. Just like the battle of the worst. the difference.
Stoppable force
I
versus a
mean,
movable object.
yes, exactly. And like they just both the defenses. I think they had just decided that we are gonna prove we are the worst, and I think Leon came out better in that. By the time we reached for full time in extra time, so just defensive shambles on both sides. But happy that we were able to convert our chances as well. It started off with two goals, defensive errors on Leon's side, and then they scored the second half. Because Cherokee's goal was pretty good, placed it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then when we stretched to it, I like we had very like bad moments in the game and like let the pressure come to us. Even after going in a 2-0 lead, uh, just dragging it along. And once we reached extra time, I think they scored again with like some horrible defending from us. And then came Mainu. We got that penalty, which Bruno converted well, and then what a goal from Mainu, yeah. That was just amazing. Mainu, and then
Yeah.
even our new number 9 Maguire as well. Right hand, right fist,
Yeah, they
right header,
started there from
right
next
head,
game.
right head, right head, right, just in place, and he won it. So
Man, we should have known something was up, right? The minute Ugarte scored a goal. like I I think when I saw the goal, I was like, wait, surely, that can't be, I imagined what I saw, right? But I was like, wow, Ugarte really scored. And shockingly, it was a Garnacho assist and a really good assist at that,
Yeah, yeah,
where
that
he
was very good.
he did the unselfish play and passed it in. But it took me a while to process the fact that Manuel Ugarte actually scored. But he did. I thought we were pretty decent that first half, but a lot of it was down to how poor Lyon were. Uh, I think they were like pretty abject, and I feel a little better about what I said last time about us being, one of the better teams left in the Europa League, and it definitely felt like that yesterday. Um, Man, Ogate scored. I, I still can't get over that because it's like, it's nice to have something to say about him other than misplaced passes. He was pretty good. Uh, One guy stood out for me though. I thought Casemiro was incredible.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Rasmus Holland.
Well, well, like
We remember this was a
giving.
battle of the worst, so you can say Rasmus Island.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, he was kind of decent. He made the run
Yeah,
to
yeah.
create the space for Ugarte's goal. Is the nicest thing I can say about him. Uh, which is nice. Uh, man, but
Yeah, is
Pratyush, like,
Casemiro your player of the match?
he's certainly the player of the last four goals because he gave the penalty away. Well, he didn't give the penalty away, sorry, but he gave the ball away cheaply to Malik Fofana, who then ran
Hmm.
into our box and they won the penalty. Uh, then they scored from there. Then he won the penalty, which Bruno scored from. Then he played a lovely little dink assist to Manu, who equalized. And then he played an amazing
Yeah.
far post cross to Maguire, who used that big head of his and got us the win. I think it helps when the size of your target is roughly the size of Kansas State, and you have more room to aim for. But yeah, man, like Casemiro really, like, that was the definition of uh, running a game. He ran it for Lyon and us. Every chance for both teams towards the end was created by Casemiro, one way or the other. So, like, shout out to him. I thought he was incredible. He's this weird mix of a really good DM who can't receive the ball with his back to goal, but is great at passing the ball when he has it. But is he good at creating in the attacking third? Like, this is one of the most confusing legendary players I've ever seen.
What is he? So,
Like,
like a destroyer trequartista?
but yeah, yeah. I think that's the closest I can describe him. Yeah, that's a pretty good term. Yeah. Um, but he was really good, man. I gotta ask you guys this.
Oh my god. I think none of us expected so many goals from this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, but at
right.
least two of us
Like,
predicted
or
a
at
win.
least not with
Rohan, you
United
thought we lose.
scoring. Yes, Rohan. How do you feel?
Yeah, we won, but I'm happy to improve.
Pratyush, like, if it makes you feel better, we both did
Yes.
predict
Yep.
victory by a one goal margin.
Both of us also predicted
Theoretically.
Onana howlers, but that didn't happen. So good on Onana.
Uh, well, I'm not so sure about that. If
Uh-huh.
you look at Tyler Fico's goal, right? If Onana's very slow to react to it and he palms the ball, he moved in slow motion. I wouldn't call
Yeah,
it a
it's not a
howl,
howler.
but it
It just your
certainly felt
standard
like,
Onana breakfast.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, more of the usual. Mention one player though, Rohan, you talked about him, like
Oh
Kobe,
yes.
man. This guy is clutch. He- He's barely got like, but from what I can recall, he has that late goal against Wolves. I think it was a winner, right? That crazy dribble and shot from the edge of the box. He has that incredible third goal against Liverpool.
Hmm.
He, of course, has the FA Cup winning goal against Man City, and now this. Like, how many critical moments has he already scored goals at? And that's not even his main skill set.
Yeah. I think for me, Mainu is just a very intelligent player and has a very good game sense. He knows where to be at the right points.
Yeah,
And that is something that I cannot say a lot about other players. Even Bruno to an extent. You always see in crunch times Bruno going for the hero pass or the hero shot. Even saw that yesterday. I think it was
Yeah,
before Kobe's goal. Bruno just hit a hero pass, a hero shot, which went wide off goal. I mean, sure, good on him to try. I mean, he's almost like a striker, so he should be taking shots. But I felt we had better
right.
options in the box who could have, had a better chance on goal. But with Kobe, he's so young, but it feels Kobe is already so, grounded and intelligent about when to take a shot versus when to pass. And I think
Yeah,
that's in our team, it's especially a very valuable skill because our entire front line is just hoofing the ball and shooting it. Like Ganacho, most of the time he just taking the shot. I mean, yes, yesterday he assisted, but most of the time he just hoofing the ball. Bruno
I
hoofing
mean,
the
yeah,
ball. Hoyland
yeah.
doesn't even get to the ball. So,
He's allergic to the ball.
so yeah, I think Mino is just a very that skill set is what we have lacked in the last few games. Obviously,
Right.
Mino was injured, so we couldn't have him. But with now Mino is back. Um, yeah, I mean the league is anyway dead, so let's not talk about that. But I think for Europa,
What league?
the Europa
What
League,
league?
the Europa League.
Ah,
Europa
Yeah.
League.
yes, yes. The only competition that
Yep.
we're in, right? Right.
So yeah,
The
I
only one that
think
matters.
yes, the only one that matters. So I think Mino can, I think Mino is going to be a very important part of a challenge for the Europa, especially now with in the semi-final we have much better opposition in Athletic Club. I mean,
Yeah,
compared to Leon, I
yeah,
think Bilbao have
yeah,
always
yeah.
had a
100%.
number. Bilbao have historically been kind of like a bogey team.
Yeah, it's weird to say that, but they really have. Like
Yeah,
even in kind of our heyday, it's weird to say that, but like a whole decade ago,
yeah,
they really did a number on United.
yeah. They kicked us out of the Champions League, and remember we, um, that's when we spotted Herrera in that
Yeah,
game.
yeah, and I think they kicked us out of the Europa as well.
Yeah,
Maybe only Europa. I don't remember, but anyway,
yeah. I
it's
don't know what.
happened.
Yeah,
It was not
somewhere
fun.
when Bilbao
Yeah,
generally had a number in Europe.
for sure. Yeah, I remember Sir Alex saying something like they never stopped
Yeah,
running,
yeah. And that describes Herrera perfectly.
and yeah, and it's unusual to hear in context. It's like, wait, what? I believe this was
Sorry, it was the Europa League
actually
in
was this
2012.
2011 Europa.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's the first time we faced them was way back in 1957 in the European Cup, and then we faced them in 2012 in the Europa League, and we lost both legs. The first one we lost
right?
3-2, the second one we lost 2-1. So we lost both legs over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was not a good occasion, and I think it played a small part in the team's loss of confidence leading into the business end of the season when somebody who shall not be named scored a last minute goal to win the title against United.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But man,
But yeah, Rohan, who do you think is our key player going forward in the Europa? Do you think it's Kobe Mino or do you think it's somebody else in the team? I know for sure you're not saying Rasmus Hoyland or Ugarte.
I I I know who Ron's gonna say.
Okay, okay. Let's. Who do you think? What? Somi, what was I gonna say?
I mean, you're not gonna say Marcus Rashford. I know that much. Uh,
Yeah,
I think you're gonna say Bruno.
I'm not sure he's coming back. So let's let's give him a
And he
side.
can't come back now. So
I hear it that he doesn't want to come back.
No, I'm
So
saying we can't even recall him now, right?
we
It's it's there's no transfer window, so you can't recall him. You can't register him.
yeah, yeah, true. And I think Mino is going to be an important player for us. And also, I would like to
Yes.
say Ahmad,
Oh yeah, yeah. He will
uh,
play the final. He will score.
we yeah, yeah. These two players, I think we really need. Bruno is obviously playing on his.
Yeah.
Bruno's like having a
And
Yeah. Ahmad might be available next month, so we definitely won't have him against Bilbao.
Yeah, I think he can only
Yeah.
be there for the final, but hey, like what a sense of occasion. Bilbao are also going to be up for it though, because the Europa final is in their stadium,
Hmm.
so that's going to be quite the occasion.
Yes.
I feel like they're going to present a different kind of challenge to. Somebody online said that they're the Newcastle United of La Liga, and we should be scared. And that's a pretty apt
Wait, do they have
description. They're a
some
high
state
energy
backer?
team. No, they don't. They're in some ways maybe the most interesting club in all of
Hmm.
Spain. They don't sign players unless they have a Basque
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
background.
Right.
But also, it's funny. Also because of how few players they can actually target, they do their best to keep homegrown players at the club.
Yeah.
So players often end up getting like ridiculously high salaries. Like Nico Williams is on 200K per week.
Wow.
Yeah, there are very few clubs in the world who would be willing to pay that kind of salary to him.
Yeah, and yet they do very well with just Basque players. I mean, obviously they're a very good club, better than United.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not particularly difficult right now.
Mm.
But when we're doing a positive
Yeah.
podcast today, so
Yes.
uh, I want to ask you guys about one player who really caught my eye, and he didn't play for United because United players, except Kobe and Ahmad, don't really catch anyone's eye. And Euro, uh, Leon weren't really in the game, right? For big chunks until Malik Fofana was there, and
Hmm.
I felt Fofana terrorized us only. Yeah, he only terrorized Dalo, and like big picture that doesn't mean as much. But really,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think
That was some good play
I,
to
I
win the
also
penalty too.
think he absolutely because I think the way he dribbled, he created a through like tackle, I mean, no
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah.
Uh, I think he also set up the goal for Shirky. So, and if you look at Tagliafico's goal, the initial cross that came to the box was from Malik Fofana. He's been linked to United in the past.
Hmm.
not sure about Fofana. Well,
I mean, I guess part of the problem is that we don't know if
Yeah.
this is a team because of the formation
I mean,
that we're
how is he as a
falling
wing
back
back
to.
though? I think that's the question, right? Because we don't have wingers, like you said. We have wing
That's
backs in white tens. That's all
yeah,
we have.
that's the
So
yeah.
does
oh,
it
then he'll
does
fit
it
right in.
throw tantrums?
I'm not. I'm not.
Then
I'm not walking into that. Man, the annoying thing about Amram using this setup is that every time I watch a player,
Yeah.
like if I watch a winger, I'm like, can he play
Can he
wing
play
back?
wing back?
And if I watch a, it's like we're no longer judging players as players. We're judging them like, can they do this like secondary role? Not fun. But
That's
it is
for a
what it
Yeah,
United.
I hope our scouts think like that because for too long we just bought players who are nice but don't necessarily fit in the system.
I think you're being generous
No, I
with
mean
nice.
before ETH. I mean before ETH, we bought some star
Ah,
players, but they would never
yeah,
really fit our system or a culture or what have you. Uh,
yeah, yeah. Like how we bought Sancho to play right
no, he
wing
doesn't want to
and
get up. That's a
then
different
it turned.
conversation.
By nice, you meant like players who can cross the road, be mindful on the road while watching the cars. Either way, that kind of nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. So, what do you think about Maguire's performance when he was at in center defense? You know, when he was in center back rather than at the front.
He was okay. I think he played some really nice diagonals. Um, he like there was some good passes he made from center back, and his distribution
Hmm.
was because they are not good,
Yeah,
as I'm tired of seeing. But he kind of evaded pressure by putting it to the wide center back on either side. That was his go-to approach because like Leon's approach was weird, man. Uh, I have no other way to describe it. Like typically I'd be like, oh, like they press like this. Team with a back five, and their press was like really narrow, and they just focus it on one side of the pitch, which is okay. Lots of teams do that, but that just left the other side wing back and center back in like acres of space. So I didn't get it. Like I don't know what their goal. Like why were they angling the press and pushing us to one side if they were going to leave the the defenders on the other side empty for a free pass? And I don't know, it was like watching two teams who lacked ability playing against each other. It
yeah,
was weird.
yeah. No,
I actually have a question for you. I, like it makes me wonder sometimes. Like this is like we are on the topic of Maguire. So do you all think Maguire's contract should be extended or no?
I'm gonna let Pratyush go first on this one.
you nasty boy.
Yeah, you
um,
know what I'm gonna say.
what wages is he on? I think for India that's probably the more important factor, right?
Yeah.
I want to say too many, too much. Doesn't matter.
Um, okay, Harry Maguire. So, when does his contract end? This season?
I
Or
mean, it's
or
already been
club
extended.
extension?
There's more of it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I think, yeah, I mean, first thing is Harry Maguire is 32. He's not getting any younger. And not like he was a world beater in his prime either. I would say, I think his leadership in the dressing room is still valuable, I would say, along with Bruno. We don't, well, we seem to have a lot of young players in the team now. So we do need some slab heads, no, calm heads, experienced heads in the dressing room. So if I think he can be a good backup for say another couple of seasons. It depends on whether he would take a wage cut. Obviously, that is something for him and the club to decide. It's not like he's going to pull fat wages if he leaves the club either. So that's something for him to think about, whether he wants to play in Manchester or whether he wants to play in, I don't know, Dover, Southampton. But I think he can be a good backup, a good super sub. Come on like a Fellaini type of player. Come on in the last 20 minutes, use that head of yours, get some headers, and maintain some dressing room morale. In a couple of years, obviously, our other players will grow up as well. I think I have high hopes on Kobe Maino to become a leader in the dressing room, or even um, I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
Ugarte if he
yeah.
stays on, but
Oh lord, oh
not on
lord.
the pitch. Not on the pitch. See, because other thing is a
You
lot of us senior players
What?
will.
What else is there?
you are
I'm just
opening a lot
trying.
of can of worms,
Like, is he gonna
Pratik.
stand outside Old Trafford and sell tickets? Because like, where else is he gonna be a leader?
No, but
Sales
no, I
leaders.
think keeping Ugarte aside, no, I think also that a lot of senior players are probably going to leave the club this summer, right? Johnny Evans is leaving, Ericsson is leaving.
Oh yeah, we have them. I sorry, I completely forgot we have Johnny Evans. Like,
Casemiro is probably leaving or will be forced to leave. Luke Shaw doesn't matter. He's in the hospital anyway. So I don't think his leadership even matters at this point. He's just injured half the time. Like whole other senior players, basically just Bruno and
Pratish,
Harry Maguire that we have.
guys, do you realize that we have a Luke Shaw region playing before Luke Shaw came back? We literally have a guy who's a Luke Shaw region that's arrived and has become part of the first team squad before Luke Shaw started playing regularly. I mean, he played today. Amos was on the pitch when Maguire scored the winner.
Yeah, yeah, he was subbed in.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man, like when you start looking for leaders in the squad, right? Even I was like, okay, who are you gonna name? And
Yeah,
that
that's
pause
nobody.
like tells the whole
I
story.
had to
It's
really
like,
clutch at straws to say Ugarte,
yeah,
man.
there's nobody. Like, mm, yeah, and that straw you're clutching at, like it is not a metal straw. That's like it's not even a plastic straw. Like if there's it's a paper straw, you know. Uh, maybe Euro eh, potentially is one I
Still
could think
way
of if
too
he's
young.
still at the club. Yeah, he is still way too young. I feel like Zogzi has some of those characteristics as well. But again, if he's at the club.
So what do you think of Maguire, Sandeep? Should
Oh,
we should we
yeah.
extend his contract? Well, that was a question.
Yeah. Sorry, just the idea of Ugarte, like, I can't do it. Um, I think on the balance of it, I probably wouldn't want Maguire to have been extended. Uh, just because I think he's a bit on the older side. I
Hmm,
think he's still a serviceably decent squad player.
yeah.
So I get it. I get why we extended him. But I don't know. I would prefer if we get a young centre back or just to like. I see Maguire's role as being good enough to be part of the squad. So why not have a younger centre back
Hmm,
taking up that squad role and kind of growing into it? Uh, but it's okay. I mean, it's not the worst extension in the world. From Amram's point of view, I get it. His system, for better or for worse, needs three centre backs.
yeah.
Um, and we've done that topic to death. So as long as that system's in play, we need like all the help we can get. And we don't really have a profile like Maguire, as you said. We don't have someone with his aerial ability and stuff. And there are situations where Slabbit is useful. You know,
Yeah.
like if the squad ever decide to play a game of basketball, they have a backboard. So that's the other situation I can see being helpful. Having said all of that, though,
I think it also
right
depends on
now,
wages, right? If you're acquiring Maguire at 200K a week, yeah, no. But let's say 100, 120. I mean, sure. Ashley Young made 120.
hey, but I mean, Ashley Young was, dare I say, a better contribute.
Uh,
He was
debatable.
part of United teams that won the league, so he wasn't the worst.
No, I'm saying when Ashley
Um,
Young was a left back, not when he was a left wing.
I mean, we finished second with him at left back, but then we've also finished second
Second
with
with
Harry
Harry
Maguire.
Maguire. So yeah, he
Yeah,
was always
yeah,
main centre back.
yeah. Um, I would have preferred not to keep him, but I get it. It's not the most illogical move that we've made, and as a squad role, I think he's okay. He'll do a job. Having said that, I'd still like to see one centre back arrive in the summer
Hmm.
because we just need so many, man. Like
Yeah, yeah.
three is a giant number to play with.
I mean, how many do we have now? We have Euro, Delict, Maguire,
We
Mazraoui.
have Licha,
Licha is
Mazraoui is playing.
injured.
uh,
Licha is
Aiden Heaven.
Aiden Haven, yes, I forgot about
Although he's
Wh-
injured again too. He's in a protective boot.
him.
When is he coming back? Heaven,
Well, he
when is
actually came back last week, but then he got not injured, but the same injury flared up again in training over the past week. So that's why his returns delayed. I think he'll be back in like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, and see, talking about Licha reminded me, he's a very good leader in the dressing room, but I'm not sure he has much of a career left. Like, he's on his second major injury in a very short time.
And then the ACL, then the same ACL, I
Yeah,
think.
exactly.
Right?
So I'm not sure how much or, at what level he will be when he comes back. And we might be needing to have a conversation about, maybe, I don't know, letting him go before even Harry Maguire or some of the other players in the squad.
yeah.
Like, it reminds me of, do you remember Kevin Strootman, Somdeep?
Oh Lord, right. Uh, yeah, I do.
No, I mean, he was a genuinely good player before his MCL, and
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
targeted by a
he
lot of
was.
big clubs, not just United. He was
Yeah,
24. He was supposed to be the next big midfielder of world football, and then the MCL completely destroyed him. Then his career never came back. And Licha is
it's
on a
funny you
second ACL.
mentioned. It's funny you mentioned Kevin Strootman because my friends and I, including Rohan, we used to run this blog in college, a soccer blog, and we had this one guy on the team who was obsessed with Kevin Strootman. Like he was
Louis
his
Van Hal.
absolute favorite player. No, that would have made more sense. And I never understood that. I was like, you have the entire world of football at your disposal, and the player you think is the very best is Kevin Strootman. Like he's good, but I don't know. Like you could pick Iron Robin or someone if you had to pick a Dutch player. Uh, but yeah, anyway, like he once wrote an article about Kevin Strootman on said blog, and Strootman was so shocked he retweeted it because I think even for him he was like, "Is this guy serious? Like somebody actually considers me the best prospect in world football." Uh,
But
but
he was
anyway,
very
going,
highly rated, man. He was very highly rated. But
I
yeah, I
mean,
think
he
my point
was.
is injuries can just, kill a player. And yeah, coming back to Licha,
Yeah,
I mean, I think Licha is, without the injury, yes, a much better centre back than Maguire. Also, a very good leader in the dressing room. I wouldn't be saying, hey, we need to extend Maguire as a backup if Licha was healthy. But given the
yeah,
fact that he injured his ACL again, you know, and also the point when, if you remember, Licha came back, what, a year and a half ago from that injury? He took a
right,
long while to get up to speed. He was playing not
hundred
well at
percent.
all,
Yeah,
right? It's only this season that Leach was slowly starting to come back. And actually, I think after Amorim, he started to play better. And
right.
then,
You're
yeah,
right.
again, tore his ACL and went off.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, there's been a tangible drop off in his performances with the first ACL. And I don't think he ever fully recovered to the level of 2020, 22, 23. I don't think he's there yet, even now. And it's unlikely we sell him, but we can't rely on him to be a starting centre back. It's part of why I
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
need one more starter,
Yeah, we
unfortunately.
have a lot of good young
I don't
centre
know if the
backs
club's
at the
going to
club
prioritize.
now, but
We do.
we need some
We do.
experience. Like we have Yoro,
Off the
we have
top of my head,
Heaven.
yeah, we have Gabriel Kukonki, who I
Yeah.
think is extremely talented, and he was in the match day squad today as well. So I think
Right.
he's next in line. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot of pressure putting everything on them, especially in a system which needs three center backs. So unfortunately, Maguire staying has to happen.
Yeah. I'm
I don't think
hoping
that's going
Delict
to help
can.
us.
I'm hoping Delict can step up in the next couple of seasons if he can stop getting injured.
I, I feel like with Delic, I think every club he's been at has been in that hope that he's going to step up, and it's just never quite happened. Except maybe for a short while under Thomas Tuchel, that's not really happened. Uh, but you never know. Like maybe this is where he finds his spot.
Yeah.
Uh, like Rohan, uh, if you look at today's performance, right? Like, and this is really for both of you. Like, if you look at today's performance and you zoom out and you look at the team as a whole, and I said you could only pick three players, no more, no less, three semi-realistic players to improve this team in the summer. Who would that be? And they have to be semi-realistic. You can stretch it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not keeping realistic, I'll just get Haaland, Haaland, and Haaland.
No, they have to be a little bit more realistic than that. But that's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Just clone him twice. Put him everywhere in the team. But yeah, Rowan, why don't you go
Uh,
first?
Yeah.
sure, sure, sure. I think we need a striker first and foremost, and I would definitely try for David if he wants to come here. Right,
Okay.
depending on yeah, good striker, good record. He's doing well. Like ideally, some would love someone like Isak for someone, but then if you're doing like semi-realistic someone, maybe David
Yeah.
somehow gets convinced because I'm not really like gonna do like extremely well for us. I don't
Hmm.
really see that happening. So maybe
Right.
somewhere in between, I think um, would definitely
Yeah.
look at the midfielder, holding midfielder, someone like a really good passer, who has like good
Yeah.
holding.
Yeah.
He's
He's really
good on
good
the
on.
ball, good baller, good game sense, good passing IQ, and Angelus Stiller would be a good addition for us. Especially like we can like pair him up with Manu and we can have a good midfield. Would look at a defender for sure. Uh, another defender.
Okay.
Uh, especially centrally, but on the wings, I think
Okay.
Mazurawi and Euro being played there most often, like next season as well.
Hmm.
Uh, Euro might go like improve. Uh, he might improve, but I think the combinations to be played together. So I think we definitely need either a LCB or an RCB, like a really good one. Maybe we have one in Helsinki. Maybe
Right.
we do not go there, but I think maybe like getting an RCB would really like a strong RCB who fits this system. Now it's completely like we are getting out them
Yeah.
very very easily. So I think try and fix the spine of the teams. Some improvement with us.
Okay.
Yeah. I
What
think,
about you,
I mean, yeah, I think
Prakash?
definitely we
Well,
need to go for a striker who, well, I think David is probably realistic and someone we can afford as well.
he's free.
Yes. Um, I know, I know we're also being linked to Cunha. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we are.
He's yeah. I think Cunha could be a good shout. Who else? I don't think we can afford Gyökeres. There's no way that's happening. I think
Agreed. Yeah.
given our club's financial position right now, man, ETH really screwed this club over. But yeah, I think given the club's financial position, we can't afford someone like Gyökeres, even though he's only playing at Portugal, only. But yeah, I don't think we can afford Gyökeres. So yeah, maybe someone like David, or yeah, maybe if we can pull off Victor Osimhen for some reason, that seems realistic
Oh
these
yeah.
days. Um, I didn't see that
I
coming.
mean, we once out. We
Yeah,
know that they want to sell him because he's gonna have a year left on his deal.
yeah. I don't know what happened to Osimhen. Like, why did he leave Napoli? Why is he playing in Turkey?
Well, because part of it is because the club account racially
Oh,
abused him, like Napoli's own account. Yeah.
Fair, fair. Then.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
completely reasonable.
But I mean, if Osimhen is in the market, will he pick United? I mean, there are probably better options for him. Arsenal for one.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can see Chelsea wanting to sign him. He
How many
feels
players do
like a
Chelsea need?
very
They have like 4 football teams of players there.
they're like they're
They still need players.
man, they're like they only shop at the buffet, that's all they do. But I think they probably feel like they need a goal scorer, so I can see them being in the market for Victor Osimhen. I can see
Madrid don't need a
Madrid
striker.
maybe
Come on,
being in the market
don't be
for a
ridiculous.
striker. I don't know if they do. If like the game against Arsenal just made me feel like they don't have a focal point in attack who's ready to kind of be that
Yeah, but they're
presence in
not
the box.
dropping.
Like
They're not
everyone's.
dropping either of Mbappe, Vinny, or Rodrigo, or Chouamini, or whatever. Jude Bellingham.
I mean, it feels like Rodrigo's a little bit out of favor in some places. They, like I said, they have a lot of ball to feed players, but zero presence in the box right now. And if it comes to choosing between Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrigo, I think Rodrigo is gonna be the one they decide isn't a big enough name to keep at the club. Uh, but hey,
Yeah,
Mbappe arriving really ruined the balance, huh?
yeah,
Because Osimhen's a good shot, and it's semi-realistic
yeah.
as
I
well.
think apart from that, we do need a right back as well, or a right wing back. I mean, sure, we can play Ahmad there,
Okay,
right? Ahmad can probably switch between
right.
either playing right wing back or the right 10, depending on
Yeah.
who we play in other positions. But definitely, I think if Ahmad is not playing right wing back, then either because of injury or because he's needed right 10, we need someone there. We don't have a proper right wing back right now. Like, we basically
True.
need a flipped version of Patrick Dorgu, like take his mirror image. Because honestly, Mazrai, Dallo, no man, they're not
Okay.
cutting it. Yeah. So we definitely need a right wing back, and I honestly don't know who is a realistic option there. Hmm.
It's a tough market
Yeah, I
right
mean, I
now.
like I
Right now.
like Aid Nuri, but he's more of a left-sided. So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know who can play that right wing back. All the common names, none of them are coming. Right? You're not getting Trent. You're
I
not
mean,
getting Reece
there's
James or Hakimi or Trippier. We had a chance to get Trippier. We screwed it.
no.
I don't know. De Lorenzo, I don't think he's coming either.
Yeah. Yeah. In retrospect, right? Like
Yeah, now
even
now
if you
he's
were
now
to
he's
come,
but
he doesn't fit the
yeah.
Ineos criteria,
So
whatever that is.
yeah, man. I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna
Yeah, I
come
don't
to
think that is
United.
realistic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah, if Chelsea wants to get rid of some players, maybe they can just give us Gusto.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'd take us third United. I think as a wing back, he could be an improvement on
but
what
he's
we
starting a
had.
lot of games for Chelsea,
Me,
so I'm really not sure that's realistic. He'll probably cost a lot, and we are broke. Yeah,
yeah,
honestly, I don't know
yeah,
who to do in right back, on right wing back. Another option would be just keep playing Ahmad there and maybe get some attacker instead of a right wing back, so that Ahmad can
yeah.
own the right wing back position. Yeah, honestly, I think we probably just have to go into an academy at this point, to have a backup for Ahmad. Is there anybody in academy at right wing back on
I
that?
mean, there's Bendito Mandato who,
Is there a real name?
yeah, it is, and we have. I think we have the brothers. Like I think we have two of them. He's
Raphael. I would
talented.
honestly happily take Raphael back, but I don't think you mean him.
Oh man, wouldn't we all? Um, I think
Kam
Mandato's talented, but
Kamasan is
he's,
also there. No? Kamasan,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
was gonna say Kamason is he's Kamason's even in the squad on quite a few match days. So I think, and
Hmm.
I think Kamason's the closest to being ready to play right wing back.
Yeah.
He's got a crazy good engine. You know, he can
Hmm.
get up and down all day long. I think he's a good crosser at Man United. Being a good crosser
Right.
relative to the rest of the squad is easy, and he has that, and he's good in
Hmm.
attack. The passes in attack. So maybe Kamason
Yeah, I
is
think
the
that's what we should
most
go with. Instead of trying
realistic
to, because the
of
market is
all
so
the
bad anyway.
options.
See, two things: the market is bad for right wing back, and we are a
It is.
broke ass club. So just
Yeah,
just go
yeah.
to our
The
youth
Venn
and
diagram.
promote somebody. It's a circle.
Yeah.
So
And I feel with Kamason, unlike some of our other recent graduates, I think he's physically ready for the transition to
hmm,
EPL football. I feel like he has the engine to translate, like Amas. So that's a good shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then third player. I mean, I think it's pretty much certain that we need a defensive midfielder at this point. Now, who do we take? So,
Yeah,
who do we
it
have
is.
in DM at a club? We have Kobe Mainu. We have we have
Yeah.
Ugarte.
We have
We
Ugarte.
have Casemiro, and that's what it. Ericsson
And
is.
Casemiro might be on his way out. We have Collier.
Oh yes, we have Collier. Yeah. Ericsson is leaving. Casemiro might be on
Yep.
his way out. So we have a
Mm-hmm.
dearth of
Mm-hmm.
midfielders at the club. Even if you
Yeah,
count
and
Collier,
maybe
it's just
promote.
Collier, Mino, and Ugarte. That's it. We don't have
Yeah,
anybody
and
else.
maybe we promote Kanye, but that again,
Yeah,
that's it's thin, right?
yeah. He's very young. I
Yeah.
think this, I don't know, might be controversial, and Ugarte might hate me for saying this, but we should get the guy Sporting replaced Ugarte with when he left Sporting.
Hmm. I like that. Do you mean Heilman?
Yeah, yeah. He played with
Yeah,
Amarim, so
Yeah.
that's a good.
Amarim knows the player, knows the profile, knows what he'll get out of him,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and he's probably
I
better than
mean,
Ugarte.
like I think I'm a little terrified of signing manage like previous players of a manager just because of
I know. We all
our
have trauma
ETH
from Eric Ten
experience.
Hag, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Hulman. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think Hulman is Hulmine. Okay, that's what it says. Okay, Hulmine. I think he's a good player. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he is.
think. See, the reason I also say is Amon is pretty much playing the same system here that he played at Sporting.
You don't say.
So we just get pieces from his system over there.
I mean,
And
it's
from
not the
what
worst shout.
I know, I think Hulman was better at Sporting, right? Than Ugarte.
And he certainly has like a more
Yeah, he's
expansive
also a
range
couple
of
of years elder
passing
to
while
Ugarte. Maybe
being
we can teach
pretty
Ugarte a few
decent
things and
defense.
make him better.
We live in eternal hope.
So yeah, I think that would be my three, and I think of if I can include a fourth, it's getting a
Yeah.
young goalkeeper, man.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh man, I hate that. Like we have so many holes in our team, and we have to get a keeper.
Yep.
Like You
And
know,
I would say a bonus, just activate Alvaro's buyback clause. Like, I don't know why that is a discussion even.
I feel like that's a really good shout for two reasons. We can't rely on Shaw's fitness at left wing back,
Yeah,
which
just
means
sell
it
Shaw.
sorts out.
Sell Shaw.
Yeah, or don't
Don't
buy a
extend
center
his.
back. No, or don't buy a center back and make him part of the CB rotation,
Yeah,
right?
make him
Yeah.
Like
LCB. He's
temporarily.
anywhere LCB.
Yeah, he anyway plays. I think he plays better there and
Yeah.
kind of fits that
Mm.
better than wing back for us. And Alvaro at 15 million, there's no way we'll get a player of his
Yeah, I
quality
still feel
at
he's better than
wing back
Dorgu.
for
So
that price. It's not possible. He might well be. Yeah,
Yeah.
he certainly has more UCL experience, so that's a good shot. I don't know if he'd want to come back to United, but th-
well, we have new
it's a different.
management, so you know, like we say, people leave their bosses, not their companies, and there's a new boss, so maybe we can convince him that way.
Yeah, but you don't think he's gonna walk in and Brailsford's gonna like show him PowerPoints of cycling and that won't scare him off? Because by the sound of it, that's what Brailsford does entirely at the club, like cycling PPTs.
Cycling PPTs. But yeah, Sonji, who are your three?
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna stretch the semi-realistic part. Uh, we need a striker. We need goals, man. I would love to see Victor Osimhen at the club. I know he's not gonna like magically solve everything, but
Yeah,
I want an experienced striker at the club. And the only reason I'm not so sure of Jonathan David is I I can never fully trust league on numbers. Like look at what happened with Nicolas Pepe and Arsenal. Of course, David would be for free, but still, we have Hoyland. We can't afford experiments right now. So Osimhen, and I think we could make that deal happen if we sell Rasmus Hoyland. So it could happen.
sell
Two
Hoyland,
birds.
get Osimhen, and then get David for free. Make him back up.
You got to pinch yourself, man, because that's a dream. Like there's no way, there's no way you describe something realistic. No, but seriously, like Osimhen. So I'm with you on that one. Uh, I think we need a DM, obviously, and we preferably need someone who is used to the pace of the EPL to some extent and is a good passer of the ball.
Hmm.
He's going to be expensive, so this is really stretching the realistic part. But um, Carlos Baleba from Brighton is who I'd take, and the reason I pick him ahead of Adam Wharton is I think they're going to cost similar amounts, and every club's going to chase them. But the
Yeah.
reason I pick Baleba is we don't have a lot of carriers of the ball. We don't have people who can dribble and run through midfield for us. So I think Baleba could really help that problem. And Amram's system requires a lot of running from central midfielders. I feel he can bring us more energy than Wharton.
Hmm.
Ideally, I'd love to pair both of them, but that's going too far. So we'll come to that
How
later.
much would he cost though?
Unfortunately, like both him and Wharton would cost uh, 70 million, north of 70 million. Wharton would be my other pick. Uh, but I do feel I'm being unrealistic. So if you want me to be like, more
I think Baleba will
realistic
cost.
in the
I think
player I think
Baleba
of,
will.
um, that's really tough. Um, Maybe someone like Ezequiel Palacios from Bayer Leverkusen
Hmm.
would be an option we could go with. I think he has a decentish range of passing. He is decently athletic
But
and good on
why
the
is
ball.
any Leverkusen player coming to us?
Well, he's not been starting every game at
Okay.
Leverkusen.
Hmm.
The Xhaka and Alex Garcia have been ahead of him this season, so maybe that influences it. But you're right; it's unlikely that he comes. Um, yeah, this okay. This is getting progressively difficult. Uh, who would the third player be? And I have to keep this realistic. Yeah, I think my third player would be Matthias Cunha, and I have multiple reasons for that. Cunha
So
can play striker and either of the 10 roles for us. Cunha is EPL proven to some extent. And again, he gives us ball carrying, athleticism, and dribbling qualities we really lack through the center of the squad. So, and I think he wants to come to United. He's one of the few players I'm fairly confident we can bring to Manchester United. So, yeah, that would be my third pick. And I desperately want to see one profile like his in the squad. Mikael Damsgaard, who I think has been incredible at Brentford this season, and he's been like
yeah, about Cunha, there's a lot of, and obviously I don't know Cunha as as a person, but there's a lot of chatter about his attitudinal issues at Wolves.
yeah.
I mean, sure, that probably makes him a better fit for United. Jokes aside, do you think we should go for such a player?
I mean, look, he's already played for Atletico Madrid, right? And what I'm saying is that he has some experience playing with big clubs. At I don't think he's gonna like. It's gonna be difficult for him to like move to another club because if it doesn't work for him at United, uh, a lot of clubs would probably not want him, right? Uh, with him,
United,
I
where your
think,
careers die.
yeah, yeah, uh, he might create trouble, but I think he on the pitch he would do well for us, and he'd
Hmm.
give us a type of option we don't even have in the squad,
Right.
and he'd cover striker and the number 10 position capably.
Yeah. Okay. So let's wrap up a pod with our predictions for this week's games.
All
Right.
right, let's do it.
Okay. So who do we play this week? I know we have Wolves this weekend.
Oh, appropriate.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do predictions for next week. And I think okay, there's no midweek game next weekend. So I think before our next episode, we'll only play against Wolves. So yeah, let's do Wolves. We have Wolves this Sunday at home in Old Trafford. Let's hear it. Rohan, you
Yeah,
first.
It feels like it might be Cunha's audition.
Rohan.
And we'll see. I think
Is Rohan terrified of making a prediction?
the thing
I guess
is,
United
I,
does
I
that too
think
sometimes.
I think
Go
we
Pratyush.
might lose. I think we might
Hmm.
lose.
Okay.
I think we might lose.
And do you
Yeah.
have a score prediction?
Yeah. Sure. I think by a goal, I think we might lose this.
Okay. I think we will win. I think the team is on a high after today's game against Leon. And the game is at home. I think Old Trafford will be buzzing. And also, Wolves have been bad this season. They're below us. That's yeah. That's a low bar. True, true. But I think we'll nick it. I don't think we'll see a 9 goal thriller. Probably be again, I don't know, 2-1. I'm guessing by a goal if at all. I don't see like a 3-1 or a 4-2, 4-1 kind of game coming. So yeah, let's say we win by a goal. Probably nick it in extra time. Maguire header. I don't know, man. We have a new striker. What about you, Somdeep?
So yeah, I have some troubling news. Wolves have won their last four on the trot. Oh, I take that back. Wolves have won their last. Yeah, they won the last four on the trot, and
Hmm.
they're unbeaten in their last five. They beat Tottenham 4-2 in the last game. Admittedly, they haven't played against very strong teams because they faced Tottenham, Ipswich. So I think that combined with the fact that they play the same formation as us and will easily be able to match up our wing-back system, a low-scoring game, maybe a draw, or a 1-0 win for Wolves. So yeah, like I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Wolves, where we struggle to break them down, but they hit us on the counter, possibly through Cunha, and score. Or well, my money's on Jacob Strand Larsen to score.
Okay. Okay, well, there you have it. We have a gamut of predictions from the pod today. So don't forget to catch the game on Sunday, and we'll be right here next weekend to either whine how we lost, and anyway, the league doesn't matter at this point. You guys might have noticed that we didn't even talk about the Newcastle game today. The league doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So the
the league.
only three games matter this season right now. The semi-final, the two legs against Bilbao, and potentially if we win that, the final in Bilbao again. So yeah, we will see. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that. To tell your friends if you like watching us, and
Or if you like having a good laugh at United.
yeah, or if you like being depressed every Friday, um, you know, you just get a bottle of whiskey and listen to us
Yes,
whine
sir.
about how bad United plays and how bad Amorim is and how we should have never loaned out Marcus Rashford. That's the Somji special.
Tell.
All right. So yeah, that's all we have for you today, and we'll see you next week. Catch you on the other side.